KNLA and its allied forces have maintained a continuous offensive on Kawkareik for 4 months, gradually garnering support from various allies. Their focus shifted to Thin Gan Ni Naung in March 2024. Negotiations led to the surrender of the Military Council's battalions in Thin Gan Ni Naung on April 5. Subsequently, KNLA and its allies intensified their offensive against the last remaining Military Council's 275th Light Infantry Battalion near Myawaddy. Around 200 members of the 275th Lib troops retreated under the cover of night near the Thai-Myanmar Friendship Bridge No. 2, assuming a defensive position. KNLA and its allies seized the abandoned 275th Lib camp on April 10. However, Myawaddy town itself remained under the control of BGF and KNA troops, led by Colonel Sachathu. The BGF, once aligned with the Military Council, recently declared neutrality in the conflict. Meanwhile, reinforcements from the Military Council in Fa-An entered Kawkareik, recapturing the town and surrounding villages through Operation Ong Zaya.
Like it.
Despite attempts to reinforce Myawaddy, the Military Council faced resistance from KNLA and its allies, hindering their progress through the Da Na mountain ranges. Videos online showed the Military Council's column advancing less than a kilometer each day. By the evening of April 19, KNLA and their allies launched a combined drone and ground offensive against the entrenched 275th Light Infantry Battalion positioned beneath the bridge. The ensuing battle lasted nearly 2 days. In response, the Military Council retaliated by dropping bombs and launching rockets from Mi-35 attack helicopters. The intensity of the conflict forced thousands of people to flee towards Thailand for safety. On April 21, KNLA abruptly decided to retreat from Myawaddy, prompting a cessation of hostilities and allowing many displaced individuals to return to Myawaddy from Thailand. On April 22, with the assistance of the BGF, the Military Council reinstated the Myanmar flag at the location of the 275th Light Infantry Battalion's camp. In the midst of confusion, online Myanmar netizens initially denied and later blamed the KNU for the sudden retreat from Myawaddy, accusing them of failing to engage BGF troops. However, the question arises, are all the faults truly with the KNU? Is the BGF as bad as the Military Council? Perhaps the true battleground lies not on the physical terrain, but on the political stage. Myawaddy holds significant strategic importance as a border trading hub, boasting daily trade volumes of $5.5 million. Along its border are numerous cyber scam operations and casinos, likely contributing substantial revenue to the BGF through protection and investments. It's conceivable that leaders from various KNA organizations also benefit financially from these enterprises. Despite the intense border conflicts, these establishments have remained largely unscathed. From the perspective of revolutionary organizations, sustaining themselves financially is essential to support their troops and procure arms. This presents a moral dilemma: fighting for liberation while engaging in economic activities. However, it underscores the harsh realities of warfare and survival. As reported by the Reporters News from Thailand, Vice Senior General So Win engaged in discussions with Colonel Sachithu regarding the retreat of the KNLA. So Win initially issued a threat to Sachithu, demanding the return of weapons and ammunition supplied to the BGF during its alignment with the military council. Refusal would result in the bombing of casinos situated in Shui Koko, a newly developed city under Sachithu's authority. Simultaneously, the military council announced plans for a new trade route to Thailand via the sea, indicating a potential abandonment of the Myawaddy trade route. This placed Sachithu in a precarious position, as many KNA organizations and Burmese resistance forces urged him to switch allegiances against the military council. Despite being perceived by some as malevolent, Sachithu is viewed positively by many people from Myawaddy. His vision has maintained peace in Myawaddy and generated numerous job opportunities and income sources. Additionally, cyber scam centers primarily target non-Myanmar individuals, further contributing to economic growth. Due to his business-oriented approach, Sachithu is regarded as more approachable and cooperative with foreign organizations. According to a local, during the coup, many Myanmar celebrities have escaped the clutches of the Myanmar Military Council with the assistance of the BGF and Free Burma Rangers. It is likely that some KNU leaders and the military council depend on Sachithu to generate funds to support their organizations. Both the military council and KNU are reluctant to provoke the BGF, a force numbering 7,000, and risk creating a new enemy. If Sachithu were to switch sides to the resistance, it could lead to the destruction of Myawaddy, Shui Koko, and cyber scam facilities, jeopardizing the lives of countless civilians. Given the KNU's goal of removing the Myanmar military dictatorship, they seek to avoid mutual destruction, with little to gain and much to lose. In the absence of international assistance, it becomes challenging to uphold the delicate balance between maintaining fragile peace and sustaining resistance against dictatorship in the long term. At the onset of the coup, KNU leaders initially expressed a commitment to resolving conflicts through nonviolent means. However, their stance gradually shifted towards armed conflict after aligning themselves with the NUG, Myanmar's government in exile. In February, KNU spokesperson Pado Sa Ta Ne emphasized their disinterest in capturing cities, focusing instead on direct attacks on Naypyidaw, Myanmar's capital. However, during the assault on Kawkareik, various resistance forces bolstered KNLA and allied troops, unexpectedly strengthening their position and resulting in the capture of Thin Gan Ni Naung and the Lib 275 camp. This also led to an awkward confrontation with BGF forces controlling Myawaddy. According to reports from BBC Burmese and other sources, a deal brokered by Sachithu on April 21 stipulates that the BGF and military council will retain control of Myawaddy. Meanwhile, the KNU will maintain control over regions they already hold, likely including Thin Gan Ni Naung. Operation Ong Zaya will cease, and troops will retreat to Kawkareik. With agreement reached on all sides, the Asia Highway trading route will reopen. Even though KNU denies of the agreement happening, it has left many resistance supporters disappointed, as it appears to offer little in return for the sacrifices made, including the loss of dozens of PDF troops in the Battle of Myawaddy. Should all the frustrated Burmese netizens solely hold KNU accountable? Are all the faults truly with the KNU? The resistance forces should be viewed as ethnic armed forces EAOs and PDF groups operating under the NUG, the Myanmar National Unity Government. The alliance between the NUG and EAOs is complex. While many PDF troops operate under NUG's commands, others collaborate or operate under certain EAOs. The NUG has struggled to provide strong leadership to the PDF, the Burmese guerrilla fighters. Their collective leadership structure has proven ineffective, leading many PDF troops to join ethnic armed forces that have long fought against the Myanmar military.
Just we are working together on the ground in each and every sector, especially in military chain of command. For example, like ethnic organization control areas, especially ethnic ERO control areas. We have the joint chain of command along with ethnic organization. But for those Burma majority area, like previously Sagaing and Magwe region, so we are trying to set up our military chain of command and code of conduct under the NUG Ministry of Defense. So two line of chain of command and coordination.
Despite sharing a common enemy in the military council, the agendas and objectives of ethnic armed forces often diverge from those of the NUG. Additionally, the NUG failed to fulfill its promise to draft a federalist constitution in 2021, opting instead for a charter. This lack of commitment resulted in a weak alliance with K3C.
The Saturday Peter and a below where Bioni Bioni to get electric chain Kakalama, maybe Madge Lolo Yakama, Jatana Pite, no Lurudin Lepjatana, she there, or the gay who maybe need Tama led, a similar Buso, or the I may pen, let where come, General, 20 or let web shooting Lepoma, and I wrote General the Bora Pite, General Poesia, Kuzapu, the Bora Pite low, the General to the Pin, the Thai-Myanmar and
Despite their professed support for the democratic struggles of the Burmese people, the Northern Three Brotherhood Alliance never formally aligned with the NUG. While the NUG claims to be the leaders of the resistance, they only represent the interests of major Burmese ethnic groups, as many guerrilla fighter groups operate independently. They attribute the successes of ethnic armed organizations to themselves, such as the claimed success of Operation 1027. However, they still struggle to secure regions free from military council harassment in central Myanmar.
What is your goal? Because right now you control mostly territories on the borders of Myanmar. No major town. Is the goal the capital? And how soon do you think you will push for it?
I believe that you can see very soon, within a few months. I believe that we means NUG and ethnic alliance forces, revolutionary forces, are more and more getting pressure to the capital. So I believe that you can see within the few months this year.
During 3 years of resistance, the NUG should have forged a strong alliance with the EAOs and sought common agendas, objectives, and priorities. The divergence in agendas and objectives between EAOs and the NUG has led to confusion among many Myanmar people, resulting in blame being placed on the KNU for the failure in Myawaddy. The frustration of netizens has thus been directed towards the KNU, which spearheaded the attack on Myawaddy. Myanmar people have become reliant on the victories of the EAOs and have high expectations of them. However, it's crucial to recognize that war does not always guarantee victory. People should understand that the success or retreat of the EAOs does not equate to the success or failure of the NUG. As the NUG claims to be the leaders of the Myanmar resistance, their real battle lies in forming strong alliances with the EAOs, providing robust support to capable EAOs, and consolidating control over PDF groups. Weak leadership prolongs the war and results in further loss of lives. The loss of human lives cannot be reclaimed. Perhaps after the losses in Kawkareik and Myawaddy, the NUG will learn from its mistakes and empower younger generations, who are more receptive to criticism, to assume leadership roles and effect change. Otherwise, how many more years of conflict lie ahead?
No.